What if one ordinary morning, the impossible actually happened? What if the Earth, the planet that has rotated without interruption for billions of years, suddenly began to slow down? This is a fictional scientific thought experiment inspired by real physics, exploring one terrifying question. What if the Earth stopped spinning for just 5 seconds? July 18th, 2026 began like any other day. Cities were alive with traffic, aircraft crossed the skies, cargo ships moved across the oceans, and millions of people followed their normal routines. Far above the atmosphere, however, several Earth-observing satellites quietly detected something that should have been impossible. The planet's rotational speed appeared to be changing. At first, scientists dismissed the data as a sensor malfunction. But within minutes, observatories in Japan, Europe, Australia, and the United States reported the exact same measurements. Independent systems were all confirming the same disturbing conclusion. Earth's rotation was slowing ever so slightly, but consistently. NASA, ESA, JAXA, ISRO, and other major space agencies immediately opened secure communication channels. Every possible explanation was tested. Solar storms? Negative. Asteroid impact? None detected. Major earthquakes? Nothing unusual. For the first time, the world's leading scientists faced a phenomenon that no existing model could explain. Confidential reports reached governments around the world. Emergency response centers quietly activated. Military communications, aviation authorities, and disaster management teams were placed on standby. Outside, life still looked normal, but subtle signs were beginning to appear. Birds changed their migration paths. Navigation systems became inconsistent. Even experienced sailors noticed that something felt different. Every new simulation produced the same terrifying prediction. If the slowdown continued, Earth's rotation could come to a complete halt. A global countdown quietly began. Every passing minute increased the uncertainty, while scientists searched desperately for an answer that never came. The silence finally ended. Governments interrupted television broadcasts and sent emergency alerts to millions of phones. Flights were delayed, hospitals activated emergency protocols, and rescue services prepared for an event no one fully understood. Across the world, fear slowly replaced confusion. Supermarkets emptied within hours. Fuel stations filled with endless lines of vehicles. Airports became overcrowded as travelers searched for a way home. Families gathered together, praying, waiting, and hoping that the scientists had made a mistake. But the countdown continued. The final hour arrived. Aircraft rushed to land safely. Ships headed toward nearby ports. Emergency crews stood ready in every major city. Across the globe, billions of people watched the same countdown clock, knowing that history was about to change forever. Then the countdown reached zero. For one brief moment, everything seemed strangely silent. Seconds later, violent winds swept across the planet. Towering waves crashed toward coastlines. Buildings shook, communications failed, and emergency crews fought to save as many lives as possible. Then, almost as suddenly as it began, the worst seemed to be over. Scientists examined the data once more. Earth's rotation appeared stable again, until one engineer noticed a second signal slowly appearing on a monitor. A single message flashed across the screen. Unknown anomaly detected. The crisis was over, or was it? What if this was only the beginning? This documentary presents a fictional scenario inspired by scientific ideas. In reality, the Earth cannot suddenly stop spinning in this way. But imagining impossible questions often helps us better understand the extraordinary forces that shape our planet. If you want to see part 2, subscribe to Unknown Files, because some mysteries are far from over.